everyone, it's Jody, and I'm going to show you how to make a spooky scene using the new Spooky Scene Dynamics from My Favorite Things. First, I'm going to create a sponged background for the back card layer using some blues and purples. And I am trying to create a spooky Halloween night sky. I'm starting with snow cone ink and sponging using my sponging tool. Then I'm moving on to Berrylicious, and I'm just adding, putting it on about 20% of the paper. Now I'm moving on to blue raspberry, and each time I add a new color, I slightly overlap the color above it. So up next is Grapesicle, and this one, it didn't quite blend in as easily as the blues did. And then the grape jelly is kind of super bright, so whenever you use this technique, make sure that you do a lot of blending along the seams, going up and down in color to just continually working the ink and making sure that you get smooth coverage and no harsh lines. So right here I'm just finishing up with snow cone. And then my background will be done. I'm using a sponged tree that I created using a similar process and some brown inks, and I've die cut it out there, trying to figure out where to put everything on the card. And there's some other elements there from the Spooky Scene Dynamics, just trying to figure out what pieces to use. And that moon, I'm going to use, again, sponging, putting on the yellow sponge that I have. And I'm starting with banana split ink, and then I'm adding some lemon drop. But I decided to add a little bit of orange fizz just along the edge, just to add a little bit of contrasting color there. So I'm going to adhere the tree down just using a little bit of the best glue ever. And always make sure to use the tiniest bit of glue so that you don't get any glue squishing out of the edges of the die cut. Then the moon will be adhered to the upper left area. And the fence, I don't want to use the whole fence. I want to use kind of a section of it. So I'm just snipping with some scissors to make it look like it does on the right-hand side of the die cut. And again, gluing that down with just a tiny bit of best glue ever. And that is the bat that comes in the Spooky Scene die. And it also has a little overlay piece just for the body portion that will give it just a little bit of dimension. And it's hard to see in the video, but it gives a distinction between the body and the wings. Now, right behind, this is the back side of the die, I am adding a little bit of glue and putting a piece of smooth white cardstock there so that the eyes are more consistent. When I was layering it over those two pieces, part of the yellow was peeking through and part of the blue, and it looked kind of weird to me, so I just wanted them to be the same color. And here I'm just adding some adhesive, and I'll put a little piece of foam booster right on the center in the body so that it pops up a little bit. And I've kind of fluffed up the wings just a tad. Then I did a little bit more work on it, and here is the finished product with some more elements from the die. Thank you so much for watching, and visit me at confessionsofaRibbonAddict.com.